Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it, Leos. The moon is moving from Taurus into Gemini. So I want to make sure you all have the questions. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, let's start out with the questions before we get into your reading. For those of you all who remember the questions, remember that we had questions. So the moon moving into Gemini is going to help somebody flip a switch and start thinking about learning new material, like things that you want to replace any kind of thoughts that could have been conflicting thoughts, confusing from the past that you're still kind of not completely clear on, something you were in the dark about or whatever. You're trying to replace that with something new, right? So just more in a playful kind of learning mood, like, kind of getting you something more, something that motivates you to learn. It's like maybe a new, by way of podcast or books or, learning a new skill or whatever, right? Going back to school or whatever. So here are the questions for the moon in Gemini for those of you all who want to know. First question is, do you feel there's an area of your life in need of radical change, like work, your relationships, your well-being, your home life? The second question is, what is getting in the way of you changing your story? Third question is, how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then last but not least is, who are the 5 people you could get in touch with who could help you on your journey? Who are those 5 people? 5 people could be 5 podcasts, books. It could be people you know. For example, if you're trying to go from, you're trying to become an entrepreneur, for instance, right? Instead of you just being a customer, that may be a great opportunity for you to start asking questions, right? Who built your website? Who's your accountant? Who is your attorney? Those kind of things, right? So not just sit there, but that's a great time for learning. Gemini is one of the signs that's ruled by Mercury. Mercury is currently pre-shadow retrograde. Mercury is the communication and messenger planet, but it's also the planet of knowledge and learning. Trade, travel, commerce. How is the information traveling to you, right? How are you receiving? How are you sending out messages? There's so many different ways to communicate. Factual memory, opinion of things, right? Let's get into it. Let's get into it, Leos. All right. 7 of Cups. Somebody is in a toxic environment and they want to get married, but you're in a toxic environment. So Lord have mercy. Here we have 7 of Cups. If you're in an environment, and I'm talking to men and women or however you identify, you're in an environment where people are constantly like treating you like you can be easily replaced. The scales need to be removed from your eyes. Scales need to be removed from your eyes. Everybody has these unique identifiers. There's something about you that stands apart from everybody, that's set apart, right? So here we have the Chariot card. So Source is actually rewarding you, for taking the high road. Like Source is like, this is the 6 of Pentacles here. Source is saying you're gonna get in what you gonna get out of something, what you put into it, right? And so if you feel like you're treating someone different than all the past relationships, or you're treating a job or friendships differently than you're treating all the past ones, like you are you're identifying people's uniqueness in your life. You're sharing what their worth and their value to you is in their lives, Leos, but they can't see yours. That's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, really, if you see that you're they're valuable to you and they know their worth and their value, you're not comparing them necessarily to ex love interest, ex job, or ex whatever. It's just like, okay, you're valuable. I'm going to invest in this, but I'm expecting something in return, and that's what you're getting in return. I mean, unless you signed up for a pageant. Source is like, it's time to Ace of Cups it, right? It's time to create something new. It's time to raise your frequency and move on. Stop the fighting. Stop the internal fight and stop the spiritual warfare. Source has already approved for you to move on from something. Stop the conversation. 9 of Pentacles. That's the time is money. Stop the time that you're investing, that you're pouring into something where you feel like you're on a conveyor belt. Like, okay, well, you can easily be replaced. Oh, is that right? All right. Thank you for saying that. You're right, I can be. I'm out. So there you go. Stop the conversation. That's what I see for you all. If you think you can find better, please do. Do us both a favor. Whether it's a job or whoever, it doesn't matter. That's not arrogance. That's just knowing that's your worth. You just know your worth. It's like, okay, if you think everything around you looks the same, somebody can find a better you, okay, hey, go find a better whatever, if that's what they think, right? Because you're, like I said before, you're not looking for people's acceptance and their approval. You know what you bring to the table, and looks like, somebody is very compassionate. But somebody just keeps comparing somebody to somebody, so, and it keeps causing fights. Somebody need to stop talking. You invest in way too much time. See how this person is standing there? They got the doors closed. It's like there's nothing to talk about. See you. Right? Start pouring into you. Yeah, start pouring into you. You already know what somebody's going to say. Whoever the energies are going to say, they're going to say you selfish. Okay. It's a form of self-care. So, you're making it all about you, Leo. Okay. But who else am I supposed to make it? I'm supposed to pour into me. I can't pour from an empty cup. What you want to pour from an empty cup? So, hey, listen. The 3 right there. 3 is like, I'm taking a leap of faith. There's a world of opportunities out there. I'm not saying, and somebody's going to zip away from something fast. Source is actually going to fast track you away from all of the fighting, the internal fighting, the baiting and switching, the angry. So what Source is trying to help you learn how to do, Leos, and again, take only what resonates with you. If this video doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you. It just doesn't. It could resonate with a sister, a brother, a cousin, a friend. It could resonate with somebody else that you know that told you somebody is treating them like they could easily be replaced. Send the video to them. That's only if they watch tarot. Don't force tarot onto people. But yeah, Source is trying to fast track you, but Source is trying to tell you that when you're dealing with energies that it basically treating you like you could easily be replaced, stop the conversation. Stop the conversation. Get as far away from that as possible before you get to the dark side of the number 8, before you succumb to passive and powerless behavior, or before you become egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. Now you got to go out there and shop till you drop and spend money to make yourself feel or look better, or you're going to start coming off as arrogant. Oh, do they know who I am? Okay, do you know who you are, right? So Source is saying, start pouring into you. Start pouring into you to stop the conversation. You're not looking for their acceptance and their approval. Take the high road. When you start feeling some kind of way where you're about to go dark and you're about to take a dark road and it's about to get low, like says who can get the lowest? So say no, you taking the high road, because that's where Source is going to actually reward you. You haven't wasted any time, haven't wasted any money looking for acceptance and approval. You don't need to go hang out with your friends, to get toxic, to get back at anybody. None of that. Who wasting their money to make somebody feel some kind of way? When you're dealing with a wolf, you got enough information. You're dealing with a wolf. Get your mind right and get back to work. A wolf is a predator. They know how to prey on your emotions. They know how to prey on your emotions. They sit and wait. And they travel in packs. Sometimes individually, sometimes they travel in packs. They know how to prey on you. So snap out of it, Leos. Snap out, snap out, snap out. Snap out of it. I'm talking to men and women, Leos. So that's what yeah, snap out of it. The moment somebody treats you like they can replace you, I'm talking about the moment. Don't sit there as a fire sign and let that fire grow stronger and stronger and stronger until this happens. Now you blazing mad. Y'all get into an argument. I invested so much time. Who told you to invest that amount of time? Nobody. You should know yourself well enough to know in certain environments, that's somebody already knows in certain environments people treat people that way. If all you and your friends sitting around talking about the same thing, it's the environment. It's the environment. It's the environment. You put in what you're going to get out. So it's like you're going to, from now on, somebody's going to get to work. They're going to keep people out of their business. You're going to start keeping people out of your business. Even with some, that's what this new creativity is too, right? You're going to start pouring more into you. Somebody's going to start looking better. They're going to start feeling better. Your skin is going to start looking better. You're going to start just feeling like more hydrated. Because you're not looking for people's acceptance and you're not looking for their approval, you're just going to stop talking and you're going to physically get as far away from those energies as possible. You're going to get away from shame, fear, embarrassment, the comparison. Somebody was better, somebody looked better, you won't even care because it's your peace. You're protecting your peace of mind, and something is getting you focused. Something is getting you focused. Something is getting you focused. You're going to start doing the mirror work. You're going to start doing the mirror work and not thinking you're going crazy. That's what you're going to hear that you have in common with somebody is that the same people that they call crazy invested the same amount of time, and they had to hear the same thing when they decided, you know what? I'm closing the vault door. Closing the vault door. Like I said, you're dealing with somebody dealing with a wolf. Predatory energy. So now you crazy. Okay. They probably not even qualified to say that, but even if they were, that's unprofessional. And why would anybody even want to be connected to somebody who would call a person crazy and say that they love them? That was the first sign. Page of Cups. That was the first sign. When you first meet people and they start talking about people from their past was crazy, but they love these people and that was your first cue to say, oh, let me tip on out of here. So somebody has work to do. Yep. So that's your good news. That's your good news. Your good news is you're never severing something. That's number 7. The scales have been removed from your eyes. You are now seeing things through a different lens. You got good news coming across your path. Why? Because you're pouring into you. You're closing your vault door. You're continuing to work on you. You have enough information at this point. This is the King of Pentacles. You have a wealth of knowledge about those types of energies. When you stop talking about certain things, where you're not gossiping, where you're not giving something of value, like news, gossip, money, like material possessions, even your body really, which is of value, right? You're not fighting anymore. In other words, somebody just went quiet. Like you're not even fighting anymore. You're taking the high road. Queen of Cups. Getting around other people who are also compassionate. That's what Source is sending across your path, of other people who are genuinely compassionate. They've been there too. They're not judging you. They're not judging you at all. And you're not judging them. Because that's something you all have in common. Right? As soon as you walk away, is the 7 of Swords. And that's going to be man and woman. I'm talking to, whoever. But, yeah, as soon as you walk away, it comes to this. So, that's the good news. Source is saying you have compassionate energies out here. And that's what you want to focus on, compassionate energies. that's what you have in common, people who have invested the time, who've had to deal with the same thing, who've had to do the work. They've had to go behind, go into their vault door and do the energy work through prayer, through meditation, through, the bait and switch, even in their own spirit, just like not talking about certain things. They've had to do the work. They've literally had to do the work. And the reason why you're not going to talk about it is because it could actually ruin your relationships, your future relationships. It can ruin future relationships when you're talking about it. You're trying to move forward, but you could be bringing something. It could be so triggering. It could be you could be bringing something back from your past, and people are like, oh my goodness, what in the world brought that on? So that's why you're sitting on your throne here, the King of Swords. Just not only just vetting your thoughts, but you're wise. Somebody's wiser now. You're just a lot wiser now, right? So pray and meditate. Put yourselves first. I see you being booked and busy. It's time to schedule a vacation. And they apologize for hurting you, but the spy is now turned on. Everything in moderation. New love awaits for somebody. See, new love awaits for somebody. If you're with your person, obviously that part does not apply to you. Remember, take only what resonates with you. Step through your portal and say you are who they prayed for, but don't return their call. It's all becoming clearer to you now. And first red flag, pray and meditate, but journal your journey. Your inner child is proud of you. And throat chakra cleanse. Somebody wants the best for you. Yeah. So you hear so much about people being overtaken by their demons, but also you got to be able to recognize when Source sends angels across your path too, right? So people hear so much about this person's a demon, that's a demon. What about the angels that Source sends across your path? The ones that have also invested in things, who are coming across in a compassionate way that's not going to judge you based on, your past, or people calling you crazy for moving on, from something, or really trying to fight this urge not to talk about certain things. So yes, that's what Source is trying to help somebody learn how to do. What about the angels that Source puts across your path? Like, you've been angels to people, where it's been a sacred conversation where you've never repeated certain things. So let Source send angels across your path, so you can recognize the good energies that Source has sent across your path that's not judging you, right? So humility. So allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way, and I delight in receiving it. That's right. Delight in receiving it. Delight in receiving it. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah, so I was just trying to help people. Is the moment somebody starts trying to compare you to somebody else, not disrupting your peace, you out. So be still. Be still. But see, you'll learn how to see it before that happens. You're going to learn how to see it before it happens, and just listening in the conversation. Right? So affirmations for work. I am aligned with those who are connected to my passion and my purpose. I invest my time wisely and reap abundant benefits from the services I deliver. I am centered and focused. Yeah, I'm centered and focused. So here are the questions for the moon in Gemini. Questions for the moon in Gemini. First question is, do you feel there's an area of your life in need of radical change, meaning work, your relationship, well-being, home life? Second question is, what's getting in the way of you changing your story? The third question is, how could you inject more childlike curiosity into your life? And then fourth, or last, who are the 5 people who could help you get in touch with who could help you on your journey. I think we mentioned those before, but just in case you didn't get them, didn't catch them, there they are again. But yeah, somebody's a lot wiser now as you're moving on from some things. But yeah, so a lot of people are being judged. I mean, a lot of people are being judged right now from just like their past relationships, who they dated, who they married, who they had kids with, didn't have kids, a lot of stuff. And that was, if you all remember, Pluto retrograde, right? So Pluto is no longer retrograde, but you're seeing that now. And a lot of it had to do with the environment. That's the Seven of Cups. And people, the scales being removed from people's eyes and now seeing it's an environment that you're in. Sometimes you're in an environment where, so here we have abundance is my birthright. There's a piece of pie with my name on it. Money flows to me easily and freely. I'm attracting everything I need for this season. I let go of what weighs me down. Opportunities align with my purpose surround me. I am true to myself. I am true to myself. So Source is saying somebody is now creating a space now for you that it does not, you know, you're not holding space for calling other people crazy when they move on, because you are moving on from something, and guess what, you may have to hear the same thing. So there's no room for judgment, right? Now that you know, you're learning something, right? Learning something new. So I feel like now somebody's learning how to make room for, instead of calling people demons, learning how to recognize angels that Source sends across your path as well. So that is what I have for you all. Let's number 12. I am a visionary. So creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich and you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. Number 12, that's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.